Here's your red pill that most drivers don't want to swallow. The truth that your car probably won't last 100,000 miles. Not because it wasn't made to do so, but because of the mistakes you're doing right now. Every time you begin your engine, change gears, or press the brakes, you are literally ripping away thousands of miles of your car's maximum lifespan. Mechanics see the same issues all the time. Preventable breakdowns that shouldn't have happened. This video will be revealing all the bad habits under your nose, false beliefs, and everyday actions that are slowly burning your engine, transmission, and bank savings. At the end of the video, the most common mistake will be revealed, and the odds are it is happening to you at this very moment. Segment 1. Idling your vehicle, an engine's slow death sentence. Modern-day cars are not like older vehicles. On cold mornings, it would make sense to let your car idle, since the cars had carburetors that needed the idle time to warm up to balance out the fuel and air mixture properly. Our vehicles today are fuel-injected and becoming more electronic. They already adjust automatically to the cold. They no longer need to sit and idle on. Idling your modern-day car will cause more harm than good. It can let unburned gasoline slip by the cylinders, which then contaminate your vehicle's oil. This can break down the lubrication your engine needs, which will cause extra friction, wear and tear, and unnecessary engine damage. There's more. Idling doesn't let your car charge your battery. It will actually stress the system out, even more, causing you to lose an engine and a battery. Costly damage that could have been prevented. The move nowadays is to start your car, wait 30 to 60 seconds, then drive off gently. This tip will help prevent massive losses when you idle your car for too long. The longer the idle, the faster the engine will go out. Segment 2. Vehicle maintenance, the rippling effect. Maintaining your vehicle is very important to avoid shortening its lifespan. Skipping the regular maintenance it requires will cost you a hefty bill in the future. Every service light ignored increases your odds of getting a major breakdown. But here's what you can do. Plan for your maintenance costs. Otherwise, you'll get a surprise repair bill on the side of the road. When you don't, your wallet is not the only thing that suffers. Your vehicle will have to work harder, meaning more fuel burned and worse gas mileage. You are bleeding it out while mistaking it for saving money. And that's not all. Avoiding maintenance will shorten your car's life, which will eat away your car's value when it is time to sell or trade it in for a new vehicle. Those preventable fixes will come back as your nightmares when the car becomes no longer safe to drive, with tire blowouts, brake failures, and steering problems that cause the majority of vehicle-related accidents, which all came down to one thing: improper car maintenance that should have been taken care of properly. This isn't something that is optional or a chore. This is a requirement that bridges the gap between you and your car for reliable, safe, and fuel-efficient transportation. Segment 3. Revving your engine. Path to a short life. Some people will find that revving the engine sounds cool. However, it is one of the fastest ways to wear out your engine. Pushing those RPMs without reason is causing stress to the pistons, valves, and bearings. All that strain turns into heat, which then eats away your engine's lifespan. When you rev up your engine, you're basically accelerating its decline, and it doesn't stop there. More fuel will burn, and higher cost will occur the higher the RPMs go. If you are driving an automatic vehicle, revving the engine in neutral puts strain on the transmission. The torque converter is not built for this, causing pressure to build and fluid overheating. And soon enough, you've got a transmission bill on your lap, a bill that is not pretty to look at. So what do? Avoid the unnecessary revving, drive smooth, and shift smart. Segment 4. Replacing clogged filters. A slow suffocation. Your car will suffocate when you fail to change the air filters. With those clogged filters, it receives restricted airflow, forcing the engine to work harder, burn more fuel, and draining money down the pipe just for repairs. Clogged filters leads to sluggish acceleration, rough idling, and inconsistent performance. It's like your engine hesitates when it is trying to breathe upon pressing the gas, and while your vehicle's losing power, it is collecting damage and collecting unfiltered dirt that will slip in, contaminating oil, damaging spark plugs, and causing ignition problems. And if it is not your day, the trapped heat builds, causing your engine to overheat, and you are looking at the cost of repairs when that could have been avoided with a $20 filter. All you have to do is check and replace your air filters regularly, especially in dusty or high traffic areas. Segment 5. Keep tires properly inflated. Gambling for an accident. Your car's only connection to the road are your tires, and if they're underinflated, you are driving towards a disaster waiting to happen. Not enough air in the tires causes too much rubber hitting the pavement, leading to extra friction and the heat. It'll cause a blowout. 1 second you are cruising, and in the next, the tire shreds itself away at highway speeds. The damage does not stop there. Underinflated tires put strain on your vehicle's suspension, chassis, and brakes. Not only that, it will wear out the rotors, cause bent wheels and cracked calipers. There's more. Your car handling will get sloppy, with longer stops and wobbly turns. And when you need it the most, you won't have enough control to avoid an accident. All you have to do is check the tire pressure monthly. Don't rely just on visuals. Get a gauge, follow the PSI in your owner's manual, and here's a pro tip. Your tires lose pressure in cold weather. You will need to check them more often when the temperatures drop. Don't neglect your tires. It's dangerous for you and others. Always check your tires, stay safe, and drive safe. Segment 6. Using the correct fuel. A cheap ending. If your car was built to utilize premium gas, attempting to use regular gas as a cheaper alternative won't save you money. It is setting up an engine failure and an expensive bill in the future. Regular gas ignites too early in high-performance engines. This can cause knocking, a rattling sound that wears and tears down the insides of the engine, from pistons, valves, and cylinders' walls. Over time, this can cause a blown-out engine, and it's not just that. The wrong fuel will affect your car's performance. Sluggish acceleration with less power and a rougher ride than usual. And most drivers overlook this important detail. It can void your warranty on your vehicle if the owner's manual says premium only and you pump in regular. You are on your own if something breaks. Don't guess your fuel type. Read the fuel requirements. If the manual says the engine is designed for premium fuel, cutting corners is not an option when it will cost you thousands under the hood. Segment 7. Excessive weight. An overloaded end. Your car has the capability to carry stuff, ranging from TVs, couches, electric dryers, and more. However, there is a limit, and crossing it can turn your vehicle into a rolling liability. Overloading your car can throw it off balance and make it less stable. The handling on your car diminishes, and your emergency braking slows down, and your vehicle's reaction time becomes delayed, and it all increases your odds of a crash. There's more. The extra weight puts serious strain on your car, making your tires wear out faster, overheat, and increases the odds of blowouts, and your engine is working in overtime just to move. That can lead to sudden failure in due time, leaving you stranded on the side of the road with a repair wheel bill and a nightmare you won't forget. And most drivers don't know that overloading your vehicle can void your insurance. If you crash while over capacity, your coverage might disappear when you need it the most. All you need to do is check your payload limit that will be in the manual or door sticker. If it feels heavy, it most likely is. Spread out the load and avoid the excess weight. Your car is not a moving truck, because when you carry more than you should, you are breaking your form of transportation that carries you every day. Segment 8. Shifting gears from drive to reverse, to stop or not to stop. Brakes are for stopping your car. This is not your transmission's job. So what are you doing shifting gears before coming to a complete stop? Every time you shift from reverse to drive or vice versa without stopping, you are forcing the transmission to stop when it's not supposed to. Every time this occurs, it causes stress to the transmission band. These are not designed to be worn down and replaced so easily like the brake pads and discs. The teardown wears up fast, and when it begins to fail, it won't be an easy fix. It'll cost intense labor and an expensive bill on your hands. This also includes manual drivers. Instead, it'll damage the gears and damage synchros. Even if your car lets you do it, doesn't mean you should do it. The preventable solution to this is always come to a complete stop before switching from drive to reverse. Let your brakes do their job and let the transmission do theirs. Because when issues arise, you will recognize that it would have been cheaper to replace the brake pads and discs versus a blown-out transmission. Segment 9. Using correct oil for your vehicle. Early signs, early life. When you use the wrong type of oil for your car, it can turn your vehicle into ruins. All vehicles are different and needs to run on a specific type of oil, and you'll hear the earliest signs of leakages, knocking sounds under the hood, and a weird burn smell that was not there before. Your fuel economy gets chewed up, cold starts become sluggish or fail completely, and your dash lights start blinking until one day the engine overheats or refuses to turn on at all. This can cost you thousands in potential damages for just using the wrong oil type. Always use the oil grade listed in your owner's manual, not whatever is cheapest on the shelf. You can also double check what your mechanic uses. And it's important to note that if your engine starts acting weird after an oil change, don't wait to get the issue fixed, because the longer you drive with wrong oil, the shorter the engine's life becomes. Segment 10. Listening to your car. The early bird gets the worm. The best thing you can do is listen to your gut. Does something feel off, or shifting seems different? Acceleration feels delayed, or notice smells you were never aware of? Trust the instinct, because drivers often will feel the problem before the dashboard light comes up. Your car talks to you not in words, but in sounds, vibrations, and behavior. Ignore those signs, and you're ignoring your first line of defense. Don't just brush off the bad signs. Pay attention and check it early. It could be a small change that points to a bigger issue. And a key point to note is when you have good habits, awareness, and respect, for what your car tells you, at the end of it all, you'll have a car that runs well. These are the 10 habits that'll end your car's lifespan before it reaches 100,000 miles. Now it's your turn, and be honest with yourself. Which of these have you done? Share it down in the comments. We all make mistakes, and we learn. No one is perfect. Your story might be the reason someone else avoids a breakdown, and if this has given you the needed wake-up call, hit the like button and subscribe for more tips. Because drivers don't just follow these tips, they stay informed about their vehicle to avoid major breakdowns, hefty bills, and time lost to fix the issue. Share this video with a friend or family member that thinks check engine lights are a suggestion, drive safe, drive smart, and give your car the opportunity to live to 300,000 miles and beyond.